Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ariel. I do pretty much everything, but the main topic is always fashion based. So if you're new to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join us on all of our dope shit that we do on this vlog. So I did a Q&A the other day on my Instagram, and if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I need you to go and follow me on IG at Ariel.Rosado29. And I did a Q&A, and you guys pretty much, for the people who do follow me on Instagram, you guys asked some pretty good questions. And I just wanted to film a video and share my answers with them. And I asked the following day for some extra questions that we can answer live on the vlog and on the channel. So I'm going to go through all of the questions and answer them on video. And also I'm going to answer the remaining questions that I didn't answer yet on Instagram. So we're going to jump into that right now. So before we even hop into the Q&A, I know you guys are going to ask me what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing this Anthony Vaccarello Saint Laurent. It's called the Bolo tie hoodie. It has this very cool detailing over here. So the pull strings are actually not cotton on this hoodie. They're actually leather. I think that that's very cool. And then it has this silver detailing in the middle that kind of holds the two pull strings together. It says Saint Laurent Paris on the back. And then towards the bottom, to kind of give it weight and just hold it down, has these two metal bead designs, silver bead designs at the bottom with a leather fringe detailing, which I think is kind of cool. So that's what I'm wearing up top. I'm wearing a black Save Khaki t-shirt. I have on some APC raw denim jeans, but I did them into cutoff shorts. I just figured that they would be a little bit more practical because I wasn't wearing them because I boxed them. I washed them too early, so the fades are kind of whack, but I think that I'll use them a lot more as shorts. I'm gonna try to do a DIY video for you guys just to kind of show you how you can DIY, make your own shorts out of jeans you don't use. But I think that I'll get a lot more use out of my APC raw denim shorts, and I'll include some video of them later on in the video as we do the Q&A. And I'm also wearing on my feet my Salomon XT Wing 2 sneakers in the aluminum colorway, which was the colorway that I wanted in one of the previous vlogs that I touched on in the Summer Essentials 2020. But I'll show you guys more of that when I get out of the car. Guys, so quickly before I film the Q&A part, I'm just gonna show you the APC shorts that I made from my raw denim jeans. They're not so bad. I think that definitely as shorts they look a lot better than they did as jeans. The majority of the issue I had with them was that they just were a bit too short for me as far as the length went. I think that the tailor not tapered them, but hemmed them too short for me. So for jeans they're way better, and eventually these will continue to lighten up and they will look a lot better than they do right now. And then over here, these are the aluminum XT Wing 2 sneakers that I was talking about before. If you guys excuse me, if you guys need gym sneakers, I highly recommend Salomon because they're super comfortable. I've been using them non-stop for now, I want to say a month. Yeah, about a month now for all the workouts I've been doing with my new personal trainer. So highly recommend them, very comfortable, and they seem to be taking the beating quite well. Alright guys, so I think that I'm ready to start this Q&A. I'm just gonna hop on my Instagram and I'm gonna pull up all of these questions that you guys asked me, and I'm gonna hop right into it. How would you describe the shopping experience now from last year? I would say that with the very few shopping experiences in the last couple months that me and Amber have had, the two that I would say that I enjoyed the most were one at Celine and also at Zimmerman. Now, for Zimmerman, Amber reached out to her SA and they invited us in at a certain time to come in so we could privately see the store. Everything for the most part was kept pretty clean. And the sales advisors were very, very strategized in the sense of, you know, when you came in, they offered us hand sanitizers. They made sure that anything that Amber wanted to try out was cleaned prior to her trying it on. If it, you know, if there was something that was in back stock, they made sure to ask us to give them a couple of minutes so they can make sure that everything was cleaned up before she tried it on. In that sense, it was pretty much safe. And then also at Celine, we were invited privately by my SA to go in for a private sale, and it was just us in the store. And as far as I know, the rest of the stores were doing like a set count. So I think the maximum amount of people that could be in the store at a time is 10 people. But when we went, it was private for us. So I would say that the shopping experience has been okay with the set conditions, you know, COVID-19 and everything. But to further push that, I feel like a lot of these brick and mortar and flagship stores are gonna have to do a lot more to stay afloat, because, you know, retail was already dying, and I could talk about this for forever, but you know, retail is a dying thing, and a lot of these stores going forward aren't going to survive this. As you could see what happened with Barney's, now Neiman Marcus. So yeah, that would just be my opinion on that. As far as the retail experience goes, I think that a lot of the flagship boutiques are doing what it takes to kind of stay afloat and to try to make people feel comfortable going and shopping, but it's going to take a lot more than that, in my opinion, going forward. Which car did you get? So if you haven't, I think I asked these questions the day before I dropped the car video, but if you haven't already seen the car video, you guys can check it out. It will be the video that I posted right before this. I'll also include a link in the description box below if you're new and you haven't seen it. But the truck that I actually ended up getting was a 2019 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited JL Rubicon, fully loaded, in pumpkin orange or pumpkin metallic. I keep saying pumpkin orange. It's called pumpkin metallic. So it's like a mix between infrared, red, orange. Sick. You guys should check out the video. It came out really, really good. So that's the truck car that I got. Where's the first place you're going once quarantine ends? So I don't really know if I want, like, that's not the question. I was gonna answer honestly and say that even when quarantine ends, I don't know if I really want to travel like that and just hop to it, just because I feel like, you know, there's still gonna be that weird vibe that has, you know, tainted us all, most of us for the most part, with traveling. But I think that if COVID was to just be like, oh, I'm heading out, and it just really didn't exist, for my birthday, I would have loved to be in Paris again or Italy. But at the look of how things are still kind of unsure and our future doesn't look, you know, like there's a set outcome right now, I'm just gonna be staying inside, bro. Yep, just like the rest of us, because I ain't trying to catch no goddamn COVID. Do you plan on making your own clothing brand? So, 10 years ago in 2010, a lot of you, if you are friends of me or you guys have known me prior to YouTube, you guys know that I did start a clothing brand in 2010. It's a lot of work, I wanna say that. And I wanna say that to say this. In the future, when I do decide to start my clothing brand up, I'm gonna do it the right way. I'm gonna take my time with it fully, because I know that it would be amazing, but amazing things take time. And if I'm gonna bring the product to the people, I want it to be A1. Just like I like, you know, clothing that's amazing, you know. People like spending money on quality items, and I don't wanna put out anything that's not quality or that I don't believe in. So whether that's clothing, whether that's a collaboration with another creative person or creative brand, fashion house, I just want to take my time with it and make sure that everything is perfect. But yes, to answer the question, I will be doing my brand in the near future. Just want to, take my time with it. But to finish touching on that, I did start a clothing brand in 2010 or 2011. I don't remember because it was so long ago. I didn't go forward with that brand at the time because it is a lot of work. Doing a clothing brand takes a lot of time, dedication, and focus, and you have to stay on top of it. And I think I was still finding myself as far as a designer and as far as being, a creative and doing creative work. And right now, I just really enjoy doing my YouTube and sharing my ideas and sharing my opinion and my taste and all of those things with you guys. But I will be doing something in the future, and as of right now, just more collaboration work. So you guys will see more collaborations in the near future as well. But the clothing brand will come in the near future, to answer that question. This is a question that everybody likes to ask, but I feel like certain things have to stay kind of personal just for safety reasons. But I'll say the question. So the question is, what do you do for a living? So in a broad but non-broad way, I will say that I have worked in fashion for the last 10 years. I've worked with and for many clothing brands, doing a majority of different jobs for them. As I've said, I've done design work as well. But certain things should just stay kind of private, in my opinion. I just want to kind of keep certain things private, but I will say that I do work in fashion. I do styling and consulting work on the side at times, but just to be broad and mysterious, I work in fashion, for all you guys who are curious to what I do for a living. And I do YouTube. What's next on your wish list? Well, I could sit here and run your guys' ears off like I do to Amber every day. But I think for the most part, there's a couple of Celine outerwear pieces as we're approaching into the fall weather that I really want. There's a couple of coats and maybe some new jeans. Not really boots, because I feel like I've flooded out my boot collection. One boot collection video is coming very soon, so it'll stick out. Stay tuned for that. But just Celine outerwear pieces, and I would love to get my Hermes Hack 55 Birkin bag. I would love that because I've wanted that bag for forever, and I don't even think that I want a modern one. I kind of want, there's a vintage, I'm not gonna drop the name because I don't want nobody going and scooping them all up. But there's a vintage model, and they discontinued the leather, and I really like the way that the leather is because it's very durable, and it just keeps the structure of the bag very, very strong. So you don't see the bag kind of like losing its shape over time. So my Hack 55 or Hack 60, I think that that's something that's on my big hit list to get. What the hell happened to your thumb? So as you can see, my thumb is no longer black. I know that I said that I was gonna answer this question like multiple times in like 2 vlogs prior to this, and I forgot. But to answer what happened to my thumb, on Mother's Day, I had gone out with my parents and we were coming back, and for some reason, I was closing the door on the truck, and I turned my head away from when I was swinging the door closed, and I think my mom had asked me a question, and for some reason, I don't know why, I left my hand when I swung the door to close, and the door literally bounced off my thumb. My whole nail turned black. It was crazy. Never done that. I've never been clumsy like that in my life before, where I've slammed a door on my thumb. It has healed up. It looks a little weird because the nail is kind of like, I don't know if you guys see it, the nail is kind of like smushed in like that. But supposedly it's gonna grow out and it'll look like normal again, I hope. So that's what happened to my thumb. What camera, what type of camera do you recommend use for photos? The camera we use for photos is a Canon 7D, and then the Sony A5100 is what we use for vlogging, which I'm using right now. Will you get your nose pierced? I don't know. I said I don't think so. Like, I definitely feel like I could pull it off. But I think the only other piercings right now that I'm looking at getting in maybe the next couple of weeks, because there's some earrings that I want. I think I want to get 2 more piercings right here, because I'm going to put 2 more earrings here. You guys have already seen one of them on one of the previous vlogs. So maybe you'll figure out what earrings I'm going to get. But I want to get 2 more earrings right here, so I could have 3 together. But it's not 100% definite yet. I'm still trying to feel out the whole thing. But I don't know about the nose yet. Would you grow your hair out? So I grew my hair out before. I did it for like 1 whole year. But I don't know, I just feel like, not that it looks bad, but it's just honestly too much for me to maintain and like keep up with. And then I have to go to the barber and all that shit, and that's too much work for me. I really prefer to just, because I cut my own hair. I don't know if you guys know that. I just shave my own head down. That's why most of the time I don't have like the little shape up line and all that. Sometimes I'll do it. I do it with the blade, and I kind of line myself up, but I don't really care about all that. So I did have hair at one point. I'll show you guys a picture. I don't know if you guys have seen this picture of me before. That's me with long hair. But that was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I think 3 years ago I did it. Let it grow out for about a whole year. And there's no knock to it. Like, it's just not for me. I prefer my hair like this. Best fashion ring for about $3,000 USD? Question mark, Justin Clo? Question mark. So you guys know that I love my Cartier stuff, and you know that I do recommend Cartier as far as rings that can range into the $3,000 range. But I would also say that Horsem Buzz, I don't really know how to pronounce her name. HOORSENBUHS. Horsem Buzz. Somebody could correct me in the comment section if I'm not saying it right. Horsem Buzz has amazing rings for really good price points. As far as their 18 karat gold goes, I feel like they're priced pretty accordingly to the weight, and you don't feel like you're getting ripped off for the amount of money you're spending, if that makes sense. Like, as well as Cartier, I know people, when you buy into the brand, you feel like whatever you're buying is, you know, like we all know that majority of the time you are paying for the name brand, but you do feel a sense of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. You just feel like what you're buying is worth it, and you feel like you're getting a good amount of gold for your money. So definitely check out Cartier. You can go Justin Clo rings for $3,000. Excuse me. You could also go Horsem Buzz, like I'm saying. And there's a vast majority of other brands. Boucheron does good rings. The list can go on, but yeah, definitely check those brands out. Best fitting jean that you would recommend. What brand makes it right? Slim tapered look. Everybody knows, for the most part, I'm always in old Saint Laurent DO2s by Eddie Slimane. I also like some of the denim that Anthony Vaccarello does for Saint Laurent now also. You can look into frame jeans. I have quite a few frame jeans in black. For the most part, the denim ranges in the $200 range. I know sometimes you could find pairs that go on sale that aren't like the staple colors like black. But frame jeans hold up very well, so you could look into frame. They do a really good black skinny jean. And you could also look into J Brand. J Brand does an excellent skinny jean. It's called the Mick. They come in almost every color, and some blues that are a great wash, and they're also at a great price point. So you could look at J Brand or frame other than Saint Laurent. Can you make a video explaining your tattoos? So I was planning on doing a video after I got some of the older pieces that I no longer wanted removed or started the process of removing. But yeah, I feel like I can share like the whole tattoo journey with you guys. So I'll probably, at some point, I will film a vlog and just kind of explain the tattoos I have, explain the tattoos that I'm gonna get rid of, and show you the journey of me removing some of them. And then also the new plan, show you the planned new work that I have after everything is said and done and cleared away. So that will be on the way. My favorite watch. So my favorite watch, obviously, I don't have it on today, but my favorite watch would be my Date 40. The reason for that Rolex in particular and why it means so much to me, just the Date in general, is because as a kid I would see that watch. I could tell you honestly, back to like 6th grade, I didn't know what it was, but I can remember clear as day I would see this watch and in movies and stuff like that, and it was beautiful. It was just a beautiful timepiece. It was a beautiful watch, and I was infatuated with it. And then as I got older and started understanding the value and the cost of that watch, it took me a while, but when I was in, I want to say like my first year of college, I think it was my first year of college, I saved up enough to buy a pre-owned 1997 Date 36 millimeter, and I had that watch up until whenever the video for the Rolex Date 40 came out, because I used that to partially fund my Date 40. But the Date 36 served me well. It was one of my favorite watches ever. I just prefer the 40 now, but the Date in general I just feel like is such an iconic watch. I guess camera overheated and I was getting a little hot, so I took my hoodie off. So we're gonna jump back into the next question. I think I summed up pretty much why the Date is my favorite watch. But actually, to finish that off, a favorite watch that I don't own would be, obviously I talked about this in one of the videos, it would be, excuse me, I don't know why I keep burping. It would be the 5980 Patek Philippe in rose. That's one of my favorite watches. And then right after that would be the Ever Rose Gold Rolex Daytona, which is on my hit list next. What do you do with people talking ish behind your back? The real honest one. I don't know what the second part of that question means, but what do you do when people talk behind your back? You have two options. You can either go high or you can go low. And you know, when I started doing this YouTube thing, I had a lot of people who I thought were close personal friends. They were talking stuff about me and they were saying nonsense, and you can't really let that interfere with your growth and what you want to do with your life and stuff like that. So, you know, when people start to see that success starts to come and that, you know, there's a greater thing that's coming through your hard work, then they start to switch up. And I'm in nowhere near the place that I know that this channel is gonna get. But yeah, you just remove those people. You don't need negative energy around your circle, and there's no need to waste positive energy on people who are just trying to create problems and create controversy. So I would just say, keep progressing forward and strive for your greatness, and don't worry about those people. Keep a nice tight circle with the right people who share similar interests with their overall growth. SLP versus Celine. So me and Amber were talking about this, and I think that now, as you know, now that we have a couple of Eddie Celine collections that have dropped, you can see the distinct difference in the customer and in the clientele that he's aiming at. Saint Laurent was pretty much aimed at a younger audience the whole time. Like, there was pieces in the collection that were very mature and that were for an older audience or older client, but for the most part it was aimed at the youth. you know, majority of the people buying it were younger kids. And then there's certain pieces that older people were wearing that were a bit more mature. And sometimes they were rock teddies and stuff, that's cool. And wear it in like a more mature way. But with Celine, it's very obvious that it's aimed at a more mature client. And that's a great thing because there's a big difference now. Now Saint Laurent can exist as well as Celine, even though Eddie is no longer with Saint Laurent and he's with Celine now. And I think it's also very, very clear when you see the Dancing Kid collection that just that the video just came out for. That is aimed at a younger client, because every collection that he had done for Celine prior to that has been very mature. So I think that they're both very different, and I can't choose one because when it comes to Saint Laurent, there's still a lot of things that I love that Saint Laurent does, and there's a lot of things that Celine does. And even going back to archive Eddie Saint Laurent stuff, there's stuff in those collections that still suit me, and and I wear my things in a very specific way, but I can't choose one over the other. Are we gonna get an SLP L01 jacket update? Want to see how it breaks in. So I know a lot of you guys probably discovered my channel through the leather jacket collection video. So I am planning on doing a leather jacket collection update. I'm just waiting on one more leather jacket to get into my collection. Maybe you guys can guess which one it is. But once I get that one, then I feel like I have a solid little lineup where I can kind of give you not only my current leather jacket collection, but I can also show you like the previous things and how they've aged over time, and the wear and tear and all that stuff. But I kind of want to do a collection video / wear and tear. So when I get the next leather jacket, which should be soon, then I'll definitely film that video for you guys. Wyatt versus Carmagues, the Chelsea ones. So I think what you're seeing here is Wyatt, the Wyatt boot from Saint Laurent versus the Carmague boot from Celine. So again, I think that these are two very different boots and they serve two very different purposes. Personally, I would say I need both. One, the Carmague boot, which is just the Chelsea that has no harness. It's a very clean boot. You could wear it, I mean, both of these boots you could wear with suiting, you could wear them with jeans, but they're both two different vibes, and I would prefer to have both. I have both. And I also have the Carmague biker boot that has the harness that the Chelsea pull on that you guys saw in the last video, in one of the last videos. I think you need them both in my opinion, or maybe I'm just a boot hoarder and I just like all the different boots. But I think they just serve different looks, different vibes. So that's just me personally. So I can't pick one. How do you make so much money? I'm gonna just answer that with this. You have as many hours in a day as Beyonce. Next question. What jeans do most of the people use with Hetty's boots, aka the SLP aesthetic? Okay, so I think where people get confused is that they feel like you have to be wearing Saint Laurent head to toe, and that's not, and that's kind of crappy because some people can't afford SLP head to toe. I know there's some people who are fortunate enough to have the boots, have the jeans, and stuff like that, but you don't have to literally wear SLP head to toe if you're trying to have the SLP look. If you just want the SLP rocker biker look, you just gotta look at aesthetically what it is that you want. So you can literally do the look with the right pair of H&M jeans. They just have to be skinny and they have to be fitted to your legs. So the pro tip would be, in my opinion, if you can't just do the look head to toe, which you don't have to do, telling you you don't have to do it, because a lot of the fits that I do, sometimes I'm not wearing SLP head to toe. Sometimes I am. But you can literally do it with H&M jeans. You could do it with J brand jeans, like I said before, the mix. They're very skinny and tapered. You could do it with rag and bone jeans. People do it with all different brands. It's just, if you want that aesthetic, if you want that look, just buy pieces that suit that look. And also have a good tailor, because if you find a pair of jeans that, I'm not saying, you know, if you're a size 32 waist and then you find like a size 36 jean, you're gonna take in the waist all the way, not. Because, you know, some people do that and then the jeans still look like crap. If you find a pair of jeans, let's say you found a pair of like slim fit, not skinny, right, jeans, and you want them to fit skinny and you have the right tailor, they could do that. They could taper it to your leg, to your whole body, so that it fits you exactly how you want that whole aesthetic, that SLP heady aesthetic. But that's pretty much it. Knowing your fit and knowing the look that you're going for, you can wear anything across the board, any brand. Best white t-shirt. I can't tell you guys how many t-shirts I've gone through I can't even tell you how many t-shirts I've gone through in a 5-year span, let alone a 10-year span, when I really started to like dive into wanting like the best basics and all that. I'd say when it started, I was like heavy into Alexander Wang t-shirts, the T by Alexander Wang line, but he discontinued that line. And when that happened, it was like, shit, I gotta find like the next best t-shirt. And you know, sometimes you don't really need to be spending all that much money on t-shirts. You know, you just want to find something that's quality. But then the problem that comes with that is a lot of these brands that sell you t-shirts that are cheap, the quality is cheap. So the best t-shirt, in my opinion, and I've hunted and I've worn a lot of t-shirts, the best t-shirt would be by Safe Khaki. I swear by them. I've been wearing them now for 4 years, 5 years. This is the best t-shirt. It's Supima cotton, it's very soft, it lasts very long, it ages very well, and the fit's on point. Price point's around $45 or $50 for a t-shirt, but I promise you that the quality speaks for itself, the fit speaks for itself. I know a lot of people swear by Uniqlo. Personally, I've had bad experiences with the Uniqlo t-shirts, and I don't really like how after you wash them they feel. I love how the Safe Khaki ones feel, so definitely check them out. I will link them in the description box below. But yeah, I definitely swear by Safe Khaki. Best white jean. So I'm gonna give you guys 3 white denim options. So we'll start with we're gonna do it in a price point way. So bang for your buck, there's a Levi's skinny jean in white that's awesome. As long as you care for the denim the right way, they'll last you a pretty long time, and the fit is good. I like them. I have a pair of them. The second on my list would be a I have a 2016 Palladium collection, Saint Laurent by Eddie Slimane, white skinny jean. They're great also. Fit is obviously A1, but those wouldn't be my favorite white jean. My favorite white jean that I swear by, and the quality's amazing on them, would be Ralph Lauren's RRL. Their white slim fit white denim jean is amazing. I think that the quality of the denim speaks for itself. If you guys aren't familiar with RRL, you should definitely give them a try and check out them as an overall brand. But their white denim's amazing. Definitely lasts very long, and the price point's not bad at $195 for a designer white jean. So I would check them out. Good films, TV shows, albums, etc. you have recently seen or heard. So this is a good question. I didn't think about this. This is one of the questions that I didn't get to answer on Instagram, so you're getting this answer live and direct. Let me go into my albums. As far as recent albums that I really liked the Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon album. I really like that. To be honest with you guys, I haven't really been listening to a lot of new rap because I don't feel like there's anything out that's like amazing. I do like that Ego Def Ty Dolla $ign song. I think that that's a really good song. But I've been listening to a lot of old stuff. So like I've been listening to old Jay-Z. I really like Jay-Z's old stuff. So I've been listening to Reasonable Doubt. As far as shows goes, I think that the last shows that I watched that I could say that I really liked, when COVID first started, I had never seen Ozark, and I literally watched every season of Ozark and every episode in, I want to say like 2.5 days. I was just glued to the freaking TV watching it, and I can't wait for the final season to come out. So I would say Ozark for anybody that hasn't seen it already. The Outsider, I think, was amazing. I didn't get a chance to read the book, but this show was crazy. And if anybody's into like thrillers and stuff of that nature, I think that The Outsider was really good, and it kind of kept you on the edge of your seat. $1 Million Listing, and I've been watching Mediterranean Below Deck, or whatever that show is called, the yachting show. I've been like obsessed with that show. So I don't know, I really don't know why, but it's a pretty good show. So that's what I've been watching. Final question. Are we gonna get a room tour, closet tour? I feel like, yeah, maybe one day, but if I show you guys every single thing, there's not gonna be any excitement or any allure to my closet anymore. And I kind of like that you guys see things in little sprinkles. I think that that kind of makes each piece special, and it kind of keeps things interesting. Plus my closet is always growing and always just evolving. Sometimes I get rid of stuff. Sometimes, you know, I'll keep things for years. So maybe one day, but I kind of like that mystery behind it. So that pretty much wraps up this Q&A. I want to thank you all for everybody who submitted questions. I thought that they were awesome questions this time around. Probably give this another go in maybe another month or two when there's new good questions that are brought to my attention. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit that notification bell as well if you're new. And if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, it is at Ariel.Rosado29 for daily fit posts and style tips that I drop on my story. So definitely check me out on there. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Later.